Welcome to Yoga Joy Fitness and to the Yoga Shala. I have got a Postural Pilates workout for you today. So we're going to be concentrating quite a lot on the upper back muscles, the muscles that stop us from having this kyphotic curve, and which is very, very dominant with today's modern life. With things like phones and computers, we can start to hunch down just a little bit through the spine. So we're going to be looking at exercises today that open up through the chest and contract through the back to try and bring that back into a more erect and upright status. If you do enjoy, please like, share and subscribe. Tell all your friends about it. If you've got any comments or hints or tips, please get in touch with me. The details are all down below in the boxes. In the meantime, have a great day. Keep smiling.
Take a step onto your mat and breathe in, raising the arms up above your head. Breathing in long, slow and deep. Letting the arms float up and down. Maybe even lifting the heels, coming up into a little balance, two-footed balance here, floating down. Breath in and rise. Breath out and lower. Place the hands on the hips now. We're looking to keep the hips and the shoulders nice and square, so as if you have a spirit level, and raise that heel. Right then left, doesn't matter which one you do first. We're just rolling through the foot, bending the knee, but keeping the hips and the shoulders perfectly parallel to the ground. Try not to dip or stack into either one. Just roll through the feet, lifting and lowering. If you can now, just gently see about lifting those toes, see how that feels. And then pause and lift and hold. Hold here, try and keep the knee in line with the hip, and then lower and change sides. Again, just making sure that those hips stay as flat as you can. Roll through the foot, raise the knee and hold. Good, and then release and change sides. Roll through the foot and raise the knee and hold. Release and lower. Peel and lift. Lower and peel. Peel and lift. Hold. Lower and peel. Shake out those legs now, let away all the tension and any stress or strain that may have accumulated in that standing posture. And then bring your right arm and your left arm up in front of you, placing the right arm on top. And just peel and lift that heel away from the floor on the right side, and you're just going to rotate round to the right. Just rotating to the right and back to centre. And again, we're just going to do lots of repetitions to really work deep into those skeletal muscles and into the far-rooted core muscles. If you can now raise that knee, doing this through a balance. This might be too tricky for you. We all wobble a little bit, so just see if you need to leave that toe on the floor, leave it down. Just working through. Try not to let the shoulders rise up around your ears. Keeping everything nice and relaxed. Rotating through. Try and keep those hips and knees facing forwards. Don't let them travel round to the side as well. Get that twist going on. And release and let go. Again, shake everything out, release any tension. And then changing sides. Left arm on top. And again, just looking that we're not pushing through the back, just drop everything down, nice straight spine, and then peel and lift. Just leave the toe, that's it, and then rolling round to the side. Good. Rolling to the side, and return just to centre. So we're not going side to side, we're just going out to the left. And coming back to centre. You are ready now, raise that knee, roll to the side and to centre. And again, twisting from the waist up to the shoulders and head. Don't include the hips and the legs. Roll it out to the side and bring it back to center. Release and let go, and releasing. Take a breath in, lift the arms up overhead, rise up onto your heels, and then lower your arms, keeping your heels off the floor, bringing them down at the last moment. Breath in, pop and lift, and then draw the energy into your heart. Nice little active recovery there. Take a breath, drop your chin to your chest. We're going to start the Pilates roll down. Try and let those hands hang free of the body, coming all the way down to your maximum. This may be touching the floor, it might not, and it really doesn't matter. And then drawing the navel to spine, lifting the pelvic floor, stacking the vertebrae one at a time as you roll up. Let the head lift and the shoulders relax, last count. Breathe in, draw the shoulders round and forwards, let the hands hang away from the body. Drawing yourself down, release, release, relax, relax. Rolling up, coming up. Stacking the vertebra, lifting and rising. Good. Really pull those shoulder blades together, open the chest. Remember, we're working on postural muscles through this class, those muscles in the mid-upper back. Just letting them roll and then rising and squeezing. And again, chin down, shoulders heavy, arms start to pull you towards the ground. Rolling down, opening your spine, stretching your hamstrings. And then exhaling and stacking and lifting and returning. Breath in. And breath out. Breathe in, drawing the breath in, scooping the belly up, squeezing and coming down. Breathing out, stacking up. Soften your knees as much as you need to here, just making sure that your back feels supported at all times. Try not to come down off flat back, and try not to come down off straight legs. So we want a little bit of softness in the body. It is a roll down, and rolling by its very nature is quite curvy. So thinking about that as you come through and down. Take a step up to one end of your mat now, standing up nice and straight. Continue with those roll downs, rolling yourself down. And then walk your hands out, coming into a plank position onto all fours. I'm just changing my orientation here just so you can see this. We're going to extend the right leg behind and lift. And then you're going to arch through your back. Draw your nose towards your knee. Draw your knee in towards your nose. And then come back to flat back. Try and keep the leg out at hip height, as you can see here. And then draw it up and under, rolling through those muscles in the back, really reaching them up and squeezing. Lengthen through, flatten out. And just keep going, nose towards the knee. Trying not to put the leg down in between, just keeping it moving, keeping it rolling. Lifting and releasing. Just rep after rep. As I said, we're going to do plenty of repetitions of each exercise here with these. So not looking for complicated routines, just nice and simple, feeling our way through it, making sure we have enough time in each exercise to really explore where we can go with it. So again, just drawing that knee in and to the nose. Dropping the nose down, rounding the back, squeezing in, and then extending that leg away, pushing through, hip height, flat back. And again. Again, I'm just changing my focus here so you can see. We're going to extend now into a balance. Still lifting that right leg, but bringing the left hand off the floor. Arm away at shoulder height if you can manage that. Or maybe just have the arm so that the fingers are just off the floor. If your balance isn't great here, just work with it as best you can. And then release and let go. Maybe take a little sit back onto the heels just to allow yourself to stretch out that lower back. And then we're coming into a little twist, bringing that arm underneath, extending the left arm away here, just twisting out through the waist and through the shoulders. Just release and breathe. Settle into it. And then draw yourself back up onto all fours. Again, you don't have to turn around. I'm just turning around to show you. Foot towards the camera, extending that left leg behind and lifting it up in line with the hips, bringing it up. And then we're just going to roll the knee in, draw the nose down towards the knee, arching through the upper back, arching through mid-back, flattening out lumbar spine and taking it back. And just working on this again, nice and slow with the breath, rolling it in, breathing out, pushing the air out, drawing that knee in, and breathing in, extending away. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Drawing leg out, extend away, and drawing it in. And pushing away. And pulling in. And just keep this going, keep moving with this. And again, extending, lengthening through, foot to hip height, squeeze the glutes, and draw in and nose down. Lovely. Keep this going. Again, rounding off the spine, nose down, knee in, and extend. Drawing in and drawing away. In, round that back, really separate the scapula, press into those hands, and then flat back, long spine, leg away. Again, you don't have to turn around, just hold yourself there. I'm just shuffling round. We're going to extend that leg out behind us, lift it up, and then taking the right arm away, this time coming into that opposing limb balance. Just holding yourself there. Draw your navel up and on, making sure you hold nice and flat. We're looking for one straight line from the fingertips to the heel, all the way along. Try not to dip down in the back. Keep that navel up and on. Good work. Really nice. Remember, wobbling is allowed. 3 more seconds. 2, 1. And release it. Again, sitting back, taking that arm through, coming into that little twist to the second side. Just relax yourself back here, just letting everything fall to the ground. Hold and breathe. Okay, gently make your way up and out of that, and we're going to come down onto our tummy, and we're going to make an E shape with the arms. So we want the elbows out to the side in line with your shoulders, and we want the hands stacked above the elbows. So if you were to turn this on its side, it looks a bit like a capital E. Draw your navel in towards your spine, lift your pelvic floor, and just lifting up through the body. Keep the elbows on the floor here, keep the hands on the floor. We're just doing a dorsal raise with the chest and lifting the head, but not opening the throat. Notice here how I'm not looking forwards. My eye gaze is always towards my mat. I'm simply lifting my body with my neck in line. Beautiful straight spine there, raising and releasing. Working on breath. Exhaling as you lift, and inhaling as you lower. This time, if you feel that you want to, you can push into the hands, lift the elbows off, just lifting a little bit higher, a bit stronger. If it's not for you, then please stay with what you were originally doing with the elbows and hands on the ground. Lift and rise. Lower and release. Lift and rise. Lower and release. And again. And again. This time, if you feel that you can, bring those arms up with you. Notice how I'm not pulling my elbows back towards my hips. I'm keeping my arms exactly where they are when they're on the ground. I'm exhaling, lifting up, elbows in line with shoulders, hands in line with elbows. Neck is still long, eye gaze is still down. Draw the navel in towards the spine, lift into dorsal raise. Squeeze the shoulder blades together to really lift those arms, but don't pull those elbows back towards your feet. Lift, everything stays exactly where it should be, and lower. Good. And again, lifting, raising, on and out breath, and lowering down and releasing on and in breath. This time, if you wish to, hold up, bring the legs up as well, and release down. Rise, squeeze, open legs as high as you feel comfortable, and release. Lift and raise. Release and lower. Legs are purely optional here. If you prefer not to lift them, then please leave them on the ground. Same with the arms. You don't have to lift the arms. We've come through those other versions. So if you need to leave the hands down or leave the hands and elbows down, you can. Just make your way now onto your tummy, lifting up. We're coming into a 3/4 plank. Elbow plank, forearm plank here with the knees on the ground. So if this is good for you, I want you to just stay here and breathe through, holding this for as long as you feel comfortable. Notice a nice long line through my spine. Try not to dip down through the back. Keep that abs locked on. Keep that spine nice and straight. If you want a little bit more, tuck the toes under and lift yourself up just onto forearms again, but into full plank. Notice how I'm pushing my heels back here and I'm looking forwards to my hands, just making sure that I've got a beautiful long line. You can drop your hips a little bit lower than I am doing. I do have a spinal injury, so I just keep my back a little bit more in neutral, but you can engage a little deeper if you want to by just dropping those hips just slightly more than I've done. You can also roll yourself a little further forwards so that your shoulders are more forwards and over. But just modify it to what feels good for you. You'll know when you've got this going on. Release and let go. Take it down. We're going to just relax out, rock the hips, make sure the back feels beautiful, and just hold it here in a nice restful pose. So just wiggle those hips and allow yourself to file away any tension that you might have found in your back. Bring those arms back out into that capital E shape. Make sure you're glued to your mat, head down, nice long straight spine. Lifting up as we did previously into that dorsal raise. Now extending the arms out to the side. Keep the legs on the ground. Draw the hands back in and lower down. So make this a 4-stage movement. Elevation, lifting up. extend the arms at the elbows and maybe just tipping to one side, looking underneath, and then drawing it back to center, making it equal and lowering it to the ground. Taking a breath in. As you exhale, lift and raise, extend the arms and dip and look underneath the other arm, coming in to a nice uneven arm. Good. Centralize yourself once more, back through center. And bend the elbows and lower your body to the ground. Taking a breath in. Lift and raise when you're ready. Extend the arms nice and long. Bring them in and lower down. Good. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale, lift and raise. Extend the arms. Dip and lift underneath. Good. And back to center, arms in and release down. Inhale, exhale, raise. Extend and roll, looking out underneath the arm that you lift. Come back to center and then try to the other side and center, back to the first side and center, and again looking under that arm, just moving across the body. Bring the hands in and lower down. Well done. So 3 variations going on here. Raise, lift, extend. That's enough for you. Bring the elbows back in. If not, look underneath that arm. Lift and then go to the other side and lift. And come back to center when you're ready. And release. Or you can just keep rolling from side to side. Extending here. Raising and lifting. Down. Raising and lifting. Down and in and release. Just watch the hips, don't roll off. Keep both hip bones on the floor. Bring yourself back now and just have a little stretch out in a forward fold. So just laying yourself down, stretching out the lower back. When you're ready, coming through, we're going to simply sit on our bottoms, crossing your legs if that feels good for you. If you prefer, maybe sit out in a straddle. It really doesn't matter where your knees feel comfortable is where you need to be. Coming into that stacked arm that we did at the beginning, right arm on top, and coming into those twists that we did at the beginning. This time from a seated position. So we're looking to pull that spine, remember, up and straight. We're only going to the right side. And back to center. Superb. Just rolling it round. And just going to one side and back to center. Try and keep the shoulders down. The neck is long. Work with the breath. Beautiful vertical spine. Don't slouch forwards. Don't let those arms roll forwards. Nice spine. Rolling round. And pulling back. And again, rolling to the side and coming back to center. Nice work for the obliques here, the muscles of the waist. Roll, side and center. Take the arms out nice and long, reaching over, coming out towards the right, getting a nice stretch and lengthen along the side of the body and just giving a little bit of respite to those muscles that we've just worked, and then coming into a little twist. Stretching through, nice straight spine again, looking for beautiful erect lines. Okay, just taking a breath, coming back round. We're now stacking the left arm on top and we're going around to the left side and back to center. So left side and center. And rolling around to the left and coming back to center. Good. Side and center. And side and center. Work with the breath, exhaling as you twist, inhaling as you untwist. Straight vertical back, don't slouch. And keep this moving, just keep going. And again. And release, open the arms, reach out to the left this time, compressing the left side, extending the right side, getting a little bit of respite through the body here. Nice big breath, and then coming into that twist, use that hand behind you to really straighten through the spine, lift up, really nice straight spine, head is sitting on the top, nice and straight. Good work, come back to center. Taking those arms again, this time you're going to roll through to the right, come back to center and roll through to the left. So we're taking a fuller right, center, left and center. Fuller circle now, semicircle rather than a quarter. Twisting through right and left, left and right. Keep this moving. Doing as many repetitions as you feel comfortable with at any point. Of course, you can always take a break. Keep that spine nice and long. Keep those arms extended in front of you. Don't let those elbows drop, but don't let those shoulders raise up towards the ears either. Keep moving. Extend the arms, reaching over lateral flexion to the right side. And coming up. Little twist to the right to release again, just making sure everything feels really supported and released. And then taking those arms, left arm on top, exactly the same thing, starting to the left side, rolling around, come back to center, and again, rolling and to center. Good. Just twisting that spine, wringing out the internal organs, using those obliques, erector spinae, lots of muscles here holding us up without rolling through the upper back. Good work. Keep moving, twisting, floating on the breath. And again, and again. Let's extend those arms out now and laterally flex to the left, stretching out that right side of the body, squeezing the left side. And then coming into that spinal rotation, reaching ourselves around to the left. Take a big reach away, open the chest, take the hands down behind, squeeze the shoulder blades together and just looking up towards the sky. Don't let the head drop back here. We don't want to be bouncing around on that neck, on those cervical spinal muscles. We want a nice strong back. Come to center. Let's take a grab of energy here and draw it down, giving thanks to our body for this workout. Another big breath in and down. Lovely.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Just bring those feet to the floor, rocking out and lifting. Check in again next week when we'll be here doing it all.